And we're back. This time we're going to be working on the Pepper's Ghost apparatus. And the first thing we want to do is get it to where we can mount the black felt triangles. And here, let me switch camera angles. So we were wanting to get these mounted into place, but I don't know if you can see it, but I can. All of the little debris that's on it. Let's move it up where you maybe can see some of the little dust. Yeah. And that's on both sides here. And even the other piece here, it's got some on it too. Get it up there. So the first thing we want to do is get all that removed. And I've got some basic masking tape. And we're going to use the masking tape to help peel off some of that dust. Get off a decent sized strip. Give it an old tear. I'm not trying for neatness here, just something to get the dust off. And now just hit everything with the tape. And it will pull off a decent amount of the felt fuzz, but that is a worthwhile trade-off when you realize how much felt fuzz there is to begin with. It's what the piece of felt is made out of. Felt fuzz. Okay, now that we've got this one tended to, minus a speck of glitter that somehow got on there, and a few other pieces that I'm just seeing now when I've got it in the right light. There we go. Okay, now that we've got this one cleaned up, let's go ahead and put it in. And I've got my glue here this time. Good old glue. And so we're going to put it onto the cardboard triangle. And let's get this kind of the mirror moved out. Well, no, that mirror should stay in there, shouldn't it? Yeah. So what we'll do is just kind of have it at an angle like this. Put a dab of glue in each of the three corners, like so. Now we're going to take our triangle and we should probably go ahead and move this piece back in place because it's going to help hold the back of the felt triangles that we're putting in. So go ahead and get that moved back in. And now we can mount the felt triangles. So that is one felt triangle in place. Now for the other one, which again we need to delint. Let's move this out of the way for a second so you can see how much lint we've got on this one again. Get it close enough, and some on that side and some on the other side. So we're going to get a new piece of tape because this one's scummed out. There we go. And now we're just going to attack this piece of felt like we did the other. So that's looking good. Just get a few more little pieces off that I see now that it's in a better position. So that looks like it. Okay, so now we've got this one cleaned off. We can now set up our glue on the other side here. And before I forget, I want to go ahead and clamp these on this side at the top. One clamp for one side and one for the other. Just so there's no jostling it can do to get free. So I'll just angle this. Put 3 dots of glue in the corners. And get the felt triangle. And we're gonna try to get this put in without my head hitting the camera again. There we go. Get the clamp on the other side here. And now we just need to delint splint this part of the entire package. And you can see if I get it in the right light. You can see the dust on this part as well. So again, let's use our tape and clean it off. Just get most of the dirt off, like so. Now we have a more cleaner felt piece. Still has some on it. And try with a clean piece of tape. Get the last bits off. Alright, there we go. So now this is ready to go in. And as soon as it is ready for it to go in, by which I mean when the glue from these triangles have dried off, it'll go in. For right now though, let's go ahead and close the glue up. Set that to one side, and we can remove the tape from our little camera holder, or phone holder I mean, because that glue will have dried and that'll be a nice back support. Now we need to start thinking about what we're going to put this entire thing in, and I can't think of a better thing. Let me get it cleaned out here. Then this box that I've been using to store it all in. Which to you looks like a block of white. It is in fact a picture box or a memory box type thing. And what we're going to do is cut this down to where it fits inside. So that means cutting it down about here. So it'll be a straight line going from here. And then we will mount this into the box. So let's get a ruler. See, I'm getting better about this. I'm getting all the stuff laid out ahead of time. Making sure the glue's not running off somewhere and all kinds of good stuff. So now we're going to cut that line and get my cutting board out here. Not necessarily out, but out from under other stuff. That, and wouldn't you know it, the one thing I thought I had right at hand, and I got to move around to get it, but got my blade. And now we're just going to cut this off. wondering why I decided to wait till now to get this part cut off, and that's because I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to end up using as the containment box for the end project or end product. But the more I kept looking at that box, the more I thought, yeah, that would be the perfect box for it. And that led to where we are today. So now this is pretty much ready to get mounted because it's now the right size. And we'll put the front to that little tag holder. Just fit right in. The mirror can slide around a little bit. Let's get it back in place here. There. And what we're going to do is, once we get everything ready, we're going to get the top of this box, and I need to tip those a little bit. Now let's do that right quick. Has to be level with the top of the box, else this won't work. So that should be right on, and indeed it is. And it really doesn't matter that they're not perfect triangles now, it just matters that they're glued in and not going to separate very much, and they're not. So the next thing is to, once we get there, work on the top of the box and put the this piece in once we get this glued down. So that's going to be it for this session of the crafting Pepper's Ghost Apparatus segment. So I will see you in the next one. That's all for this session of Polygonal Art with JoRaSe's. If you enjoyed what you saw, how about giving this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos from me. In the video description below, you'll find my Patreon link. Feel free to check it out. Now, on to the credits.